Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Friday, February 17th, and we are here answering financial questions that you pose to us. You can do that by just going to our website, jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you would be willing to come on the air. And I'm just so delighted, Mark, because this is the day, as this broadcast is airing, that I'm on an airplane and traveling and taking off for a long weekend. It almost feels like it's weird. It's actually starting to feel like a little bit more normal. I do plan to wear a mask on the airplane. My friend Michael just told me he was in Japan, and he said every single person was wearing a mask inside and out, everywhere. And he said, and then he got back to the States and he's like, nobody's wearing a mask anywhere. What is your mask habit these days, Mark?
My mask habit? No, it's pretty non-existent. I got to be honest.
Really? Zero? You were very big into masking for a while.
I was, but yeah, no. If I go into the grocery store or whatever, I really don't wear it these days.
Interesting. I think I'm a little bit of a freak about that, but you know what? I don't know why. I just feel like I don't know, like it's not that big a deal, and I'm happy not to get sick anyway. So I feel like that's the real reason, which is just in general, I'm much happier. Like, oh, okay, I feel slightly protected. And if I don't get sick, that's a good thing, right? So anyway, this is all very exciting. We'll love to hear about your mask habits. If you would like to get in touch with us, again, just go to jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you're wearing a mask these days. Today, we're talking to Sarah, who's on the line from Washington State. Hi, Sarah. How are you? What can we do for you?
I'm good, thanks, Jill. How are you?
Fantastic. What's going on?
So I wanted to talk today because I am a federal worker and I'm really quite nervous about some of the looming uncertainty around the debt ceiling. And I wanted to talk to you about how to pursue my financial goals amid a lot of looming uncertainty.
That is so hard. That's so scary. Is this your first time living under that, the potential sword coming down, or have you done this before?
So I have been with the government long enough to have been through a few shutdowns. So it has happened in the past, but this one is different, I would say. The other shutdowns, even the longest one, which was, I think, like 32 days or something. This one is more unprecedented, I guess, in terms of what's going on around it, as opposed to just a budget not being approved. So it seems like no one really knows how everything will be affected, if agreements aren't reached, if a new debt ceiling isn't reached. And so it felt like there was a lot of news of, hey, we're driving off the cliff here without the debt ceiling being raised. And now we're in extraordinary measures. And I feel like most people, if they knew their employer was operating extraordinary measures, they might be pretty nervous.
That might kind of freak you out, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I would say so. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself so we can try to help you prepare? It's not like the worst thing in the world to prepare for this, and hopefully you don't need to pull out your break the glass plan. So let's figure out what's going on for you.
Right. So, I think I'm in a pretty good place. I have a mortgage. I bought a house a couple years ago. My monthly expenses are pretty modest otherwise. Primarily, the situation I'm looking at is, I've got about 6 months worth of savings to cover my monthly expenses. And so at this point, I was really hoping to either pay down my auto loan or, start putting more money into the brokerage account. And none of these now feel like good ideas because...
wait a second. Let's go back. Come on. You're freaking yourself out. How old are you?
Okay. I am 43.
Okay. You said you have a mortgage. How much is your house worth?
My house is worth about $580,000.
How much of a mortgage remains?
$300,000.
What's the interest rate?
3.125.
It's a 30-year?
Correct.
Okay, great. Are you single, partnered, married?
I am single, no kids.
Right now, how much money do you have in that emergency reserve fund?
I have about $40,000 liquid.
Great. And how much are you earning right now?
About $130,000.
That's great. So how's your cash flow? You put money in retirement? Are you using the government's retirement plan?
I am, yes. I think I'm putting away about 12% right now.
Okay, good. How much is in the retirement account?
So the retirement accounts, I have an old IRA from a different employer and a little Roth IRA, and combined right now there's about 115,000.
Are you part of a pension plan as well with the government?
Yes, yes.
Tell me more about that. I'm excited. See how I get my sexy voice on? Tell me more about that pension.
I regret to tell you, I honestly don't understand the pension very well.
How long have you been with the government?
About 6 years.
You don't have to do this right now. Do you think that you have some longevity in this position? In other words, let's presume we get through this shutdown, you get paid your back wages, whatever it is. Do you want to stay there?
Yes.
Okay. So when we get on the back end of this, or if you have a friend in HR, I would start getting your arms around what the pension system looks like for real. How long do I have to stay here to be vested? That's your first question. So how many years to vest? Then if I were to stay here for, let's see, you're 43. If I were to stay here for 20 years, what is the benefit? Like how do I cash in on this, and what is the exact benefit? That's what you really want to know. It's usually like a calculation, which is you have to have 20 years in, you have to be a certain age, and then it's some fraction of what some percentage of your highest 3 earning years or something like that. And there's a formula. And you should know that formula is especially because, you are able to save money in a thrift savings plan. That's all well and good, but maybe it's better not to necessarily do it that way. Maybe you want to have it outside of retirement because you'll have a stream of income potentially. So I just think we need to know more information about that. Okay, so in addition to the $40,000 liquid, the retirement assets of $115,000, what else is in your asset base? Anything else?
Not much, no.
Okay, that's fine. That's great. How much do you think you spend? You said that 40 grand liquid. How many months is that? 6 months?
Roughly 6 months, yes.
And you feel good, like your cash flow is okay, right?
Yeah, I feel okay about it.
Okay. I think if you're really nervous, okay, I want to just calm you down for a second. Even if the blank hits the fan, you're not going to be out of work for 6 months. You're just not, okay? And you'll get your money back. That said, what I would do is you're putting 12% into your retirement account. Instead of increasing that for right now, I would just try to stockpile some more cash, because I think it sounds like you're very nervous. And if you're nervous about it, that's what's going to keep you sane, because then you're not going to worry. You're going to be like, I don't know if you're the type, there's like different levels when you get furloughed. There are people who actually have to come into work for free, which sucks. And there's people who are like, stay home and don't work, which also sucks, but you don't get paid. None of those people has ever had a problem recouping the money that they are owed. The government will make good with you. But if you're really nervous and you don't want that money tied up, then I would just pad your savings. And, a funny thing will happen. Either you'll say, oh, this is silly, I didn't need $50,000. So then you can invest it. Big deal. You're okay. You really are okay. And in fact, if you're this kind of a person anyway, you may want to have a little extra money in liquid assets. That, if that's kind of if you're constitutionally feeling like I'm a little nervous, generally speaking, so have more, like, instead of having 6 months, have 9 months. And it's okay. Not every dollar that you have has to be perfectly allocated and invested and maximizing. Like, sometimes peace of mind and sleeping at night counts for a lot.
That makes sense.
All right. What else do we have to do for you to make you happier?
I think that's it. That was helpful. I guess the only other question I had was, do you have any additional suggestions on kind of low risk places that one might put money while they're worried about uncertainty?
Absolutely. So, look, I think that it would, if you were really worried, you can get like a CD. You can go to depositaccounts.com. Right? Depositaccounts.com. And you can look and see there's like different savings accounts. There's different money market accounts. There's different, short-term CDs. And you can earn a lot of money on your money right now, which is amazing, right?
Yeah, I think I'm getting about 3.4 with a savings account with Capital One right now.
Great. So don't worry about it. How much more do you want? It's risk-free.
Yeah.
Go for it, girl. I think it's good. I think you're good. I really do. Okay.
More importantly, find out about that pension.
The pension will give you the greatest peace of mind. It'll certainly give me peace of mind.
I know it exists, and I know it's a high threes thing, but that's like what everyone throws out, and I've never totally understood what it means. So thank you for
I'm going to give you
learn more.
While you're sitting on your ass furloughed, maybe this is something you could look up. I'm such a bad person. Anyway, you're fantastic. Don't worry. You're okay, Sarah. So if you, like Sarah, are nervous, you're worried about getting downsized, you're worried about getting laid off, forget about furloughed. By the way, it's a lot different working for the government. You're going to get furloughed. At least you're going to get your money back. Have you made your layoff protection plan? I love that blog post that I wrote because I really think that people, if you're a worrywart like me, you always want a plan B. And you know where else you can find a plan B? You can find our plan B and your plan B in The Great Money Reset. That's my book. And in that book, I really do emphasize, especially for a certain type of person like me and Sarah and Mark, worrywarts, having a plan B is very good. It can really be helpful. It can give you peace of mind. It can let you sleep at night. And I value that. I really do. Our lives are not lived to like maximize every dollar. Our lives are lived to live and to be happy and enjoy it. And money is not our end. Our lives are our end. The money is the means. So don't forget that. So go get the book. It's so easy. The Great Money Reset right on our website. Also on the website right now, you can subscribe to our brand new service. It's called Jill on Money Live. You'll have access to quarterly live webinars and more special content to come. It's very exciting, so go check it out. All right, it is Friday, so let's do a little business. Our music is composed by Joel Goodman. Karen Kranick, she is our web queen. Mark Talercio is our executive producer. We are distributed by Cadence 13. Hey, don't forget to leave us a rating and review on Apple and do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.